Every year in Japan, the lead up to New Year has its own feeling. Decorations go up, the zodiac changes, and the whole neighborhood starts getting ready. With 2026 being the year of the horse, my front entrance needs a little refresh as well. Today I'm also preparing Otoshidama for my boys. They're adults now, but it's a tradition I've grown to love. And upstairs, well, it's a bit chaotic. I'm trying to make a few changes before family arrives, so you'll see that mess as well. So join me, an Australian living an ordinary life in Japan, as I decorate, organize, and get the house ready for the new year. I've been tackling little jobs around the house one by one, and my front entrance shoe cupboard has collected a fair bit of dust. I've noticed it for a while now, so I can't avoid it anymore. It's the first thing you see when you walk in the door. So I've decided to give it a bit of a clean refresh and change up some of the things I have out on display and change them for New Year's items. Now, last year I had this as my Christmas display area, but I'm going to move that into the kitchen area where we can look at it a bit more often. So because it is New Year, I did buy some New Year's items last year, which I still have in the cupboard, but I wanted to go out and just show you some of the things that you can buy out and about at the moment this time of year in Japan. I also need to get some Glad wrap. So Glad wrap is also called wrap or cling wrap. I don't know what it's called where you're from. It's what you wrap your food in when you heat it up or to store it in the fridge. I always have a quick walk through the plant section on my way in, and I absolutely love these things. I think they look like little colored cabbages to me. They're really common this time of year, and people use them to decorate the front of their houses. When I walked in the front door, all I could see was a big display of wrap on sale. How lucky is that? Just when I needed some. But first, let's go over to the New Year's decorations. These ones aren't actually for New Year. These are gokaku, so they're daruma plants for celebrating passing exams. But these ones are the Oshogatsu kazari. And these are usually made out of wara, which is the straw from the rice. And you can see we've got the horse there because it's year of the horse. And people often put these out on the front door of their house. These bamboo decorations are called kadomatsu, and kadomatsu has been used for thousands of years as a welcome sign for the toshigami, the gods of good fortune. The bamboo stands for strength, the pine for long life, and together they're placed at the entrance of a house for the year ahead. Some people even make them themselves, and here's some that have been homemade, and you can see those cabbage-looking plants from the front of the shop are also placed here with the bamboo. I was also really surprised to find these ones. They're for your car, and it says Kotsu Anzen, which means, safety in driving. What a cool idea. You can even dress your car up for New Year. All of the shops around seem to have all of these different decorations for sale at the moment. So I'm at the hardware store, but at the supermarket next door, they also have them as well. But what I'm really here for is some wrap. And there was this other type of wrap that I heard about from Natsumi. This one is more like a bag that you can put your items in to cook them or microwave or steam them. And then this is the usual wrap that I buy. And I mentioned before they have a sale on at the moment. So if you buy two, you get it for a much cheaper price. So I'm just a sucker for these things, and I'm going to buy the one for two. And I did happen to notice they had a mochi stand. So mochi is the rice cakes that are eaten at New Year's. And I thought I might buy a little one of these as well. This one has a little horse on top of it for Year of the Horse. You just put the mochi in your grill and it makes it all crispy on the outside and all soft on the inside. I really like the toasted mochi. It's delicious with a bit of soy sauce. I also got some cat food and kitty litter. Everything seems to be on sale at the moment. Quite often I get these heavier items just delivered online, but it's all really cheap at the moment, so I just picked it up while I was here. So back to getting my front entrance ready and ready to welcome in the new year. So I have a few decorations in the house already that I'm going to put out, but I also have something very, very new. And that is going to be all for a video next week, but I got this mini tatami mat. And can you guess what my video is about next week? It's going to be all about getting new tatami mats in my upstairs bedrooms. So I did have the company here, and right in front of me, he made me a mini tatami mat.
のミニ畳って言って、
ミニ畳。
小物置いたりとかする用の畳なんですけど、ちょっと今日時間なかったもんで、2階の畳は全部縫い付けてるんですけど、こういうちっちゃいのはこうやってタッカーを使って。
It was really cool actually to see him make the mini tatami in front of me so I could get an idea of all of the different ways that tatami mats are put together, even though this one's stapled and the ones I got are normally sewn. But it was a really thoughtful gift of them.
正月に作って、こんな感じで。チェイニーさんがなんか明るい方なんで、ピンクとベージュの組み合わせにしました。ありがとうございます。かっこいい、かっこいい。
It was actually perfect timing to be able to have this mini tatami mat to put on my special little zodiac creatures. The Japanese zodiac, or Eto, is a 12-year cycle where each year is represented by an animal. The system actually came from ancient China, but has been part of Japanese New Year tradition for centuries. And each animal is believed to influence the character or energy of its year. So 2026, Year of the Horse, is associated with movement, independence, and forward momentum. Horses are independent and strong, and I like the idea of carrying some of that momentum into the new year. I also put my new mochi on display, and that sort of completes my front entrance area. I'm pretty happy with how this looks now. So when you walk in the door, you definitely have the feeling of a Japanese Oshogatsu, which is Japanese New Year. In a video 2 weeks ago, you might have seen I went into the JR Wakayama station to go into the Kintetsu building and the brand new opened hands store. Now, while I was there getting Christmas items, I was actually also on the hunt for some New Year's items because I'll be sending out New Year's cards very soon. It's sort of back to back. Straight after Christmas, you got to send out the New Year's stuff. But I was also on another mission, a very important mission, and that was to find some Otoshidama envelopes. Now, of course, Hands had all of the Year of the Horse items on display, as they do. I was also here trying to get some inspiration to design a New Year's card to send out to all my friends, family, and members of the Postcard Club. And there are so many cute little designs, all of course with the horse on them because it's Year of the Horse. So I was busy trying to get ideas. I also picked up a lot of New Year's stickers. I'm a big fan of all of the different stickers that come out every year. And I was really interested in some of the different postcards that they have. These are called Nengajo. Nengajo just means New Year's card. Traditionally, these are delivered on New Year's Day, but of course some of them arrive during the month of January. It's a way of starting the year with good wishes and keeping relationships strong. But I was on a mission to buy pochibukuro, which is the Otoshidama envelope. Now, Otoshidama literally means gift for the new year. And today that usually comes in the form of money tucked inside envelopes. The amount that people put in the Toshidama really depends on the child's age and the family. There is no strict rule, and there's a general range of amounts that people tend to put in. Now, there's a number of 1, 3, 5, or even 7 are good numbers of amounts to put inside the envelope. Numbers that are avoided are 4, because 4 can sound like shi, which means death, and 9, which sounds like ku, which means suffering or pain. So usually the numbers 4 and 9 are avoided, which means you wouldn't put in 4 notes or 9 notes. Now, as my boys are traveling all the way from Australia to see me for Christmas and New Year's, I wanted to give them Otoshidama just to thank them for all of the trouble they're making and the arrangements they would have had to make to come and see me here in Japan. Now, here is the design of my New Year card. If you'd like to be a member of the Postcard Club, here is the QR code you can scan, and I'll be sending out New Year's cards in the coming week. And I'm also going to use some of those cute little stickers that I bought to celebrate the year of the horse. For me, the year of the horse feels like a year of movement and confidence and a bit of that just go for it energy. And I'm not going to lie, I have been going hard this weekend, actually pulling the house apart. And I am starting off with the main bedroom. I've got all the bedding out and the futons off my platform. And I just started to take the platform apart because this room and my other guest bedroom is going to get new tatami mats. I've had carpet on top of these tatami mats because they are so old and buckled underneath. But it's time for a big change. So I'm going to be sleeping in the office for the next little while construction is happening in the 2 rooms. And I can't wait to show you the finished product. But you're going to have to wait until next week because I'm still living in a little bit of chaos. Well, it's not too chaotic, but I am working and sleeping all in the same room at the moment. I actually thought I made a pretty cozy corner and I've kept things very simple. And I just keep telling myself, look, it's only temporary. And in a funny sort of way, it actually feels a bit like a fresh start when you're shifting spaces, shifting energy, and making the house ready for the new year. So I've been filming the whole tatami mat process from the ordering, the quote, and the measurements and the construction. So I really look forward to be able to show you the full finished product and what it's like to get new tatami mats installed in a house in Japan. So I look forward to showing you all of that next week. But back to my cozy little corner, this is where I'll be sleeping for the next week or so while everything is being done. Everything feels like it's moving at a super fast pace at the moment. And before you know it, Christmas and New Year is going to be literally right here. But thank you so much for being here. Thank you for watching. And I look forward to seeing you again next week. See you later. Bye.